Yeah.
Welcome back to the Everything Goes podcast with your host, TAK. A weekly podcast with the latest sports news, the hottest of the hot takes, and the best predictions you can get. Now, Chris, Ace, take it away.
What is up, beautiful people, to the Everything Goes podcast number 219. I believe we are at 36 years today of Major League movie. Have you guys have seen Major League, right? Come on.
Wait, yeah.
Yeah, 36 years to the date. Go win it all, baby. Go win it all. 36 years.
Jesus.
I love that movie. That movie was the one that really got me to get fired for baseball. We're going to talk about the NCAA brackets that are going on right now. Obviously, we're in the top 4. We got some MLB Opening Day that's been happening. I've been fired up for baseball this year.
We all got Florida.
We do. Our brackets, we all got Florida, and I think they're going to win it. We're going to do our draft predictions for the top 5 draft picks who our team needs to draft in the first round, and we're just going to catch up, man, and it's great to be back. We took a little bit of a hiatus, typically do after that first 2 weeks of free agency because it kind of dies down, but we're getting close to the draft. I love it, man. I love the draft. There's already so much speculation going on with the draft. Who's going to trade up? Who's going to trade down? Who's dropping? Who's going up? I'm fired up, man. How you guys doing? Monday morning. Gosh.
Oh, God, I wish.
Day, man.
I wish. Yeah, I wish we had today off.
Yeah.
Monday evening,
man.
Man, Travis Hunter, is he going number 2? Does he
possibility?
Yeah.
What's the odds? What's the odds Tennessee's just like throws a curveball and it's just like, we're gonna take Travis Hunter?
Number 1.
I think that'd be really dumb of them. Really dumb of them.
Number 1 overall, yeah.
Not a shot at Travis Hunter, obviously, but the Tennessee Titans need a quarterback. I mean, Will Levis is not the answer.
Cam Ward, he's going number 1 right away.
Cam Ward. I think he's the best quarterback in this draft.
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, it's just like Ryan Tannehill is out of the league. I was just thinking of that the other day.
Yeah. Minnesota was in communication with him as a backup, but the report came out that like he would need a lot to happen for him to pick up his family and move from Tennessee to go play for another team. I think he's set where he's at. I think he's okay not coming back out.
No, yeah, that's fair.
I mean,
no things. Otherwise, I was going to say you asked how things are going. Things are well. I haven't. I saw that you got to at least go outside to golf. We had to go into the simulator. Still, they're not open yet.
Ace, I played some of my best golf on Saturday for 12 rounds. Okay. For 12 rounds, and then the sun was kicking my butt, and I started to get tired. This was my first like legit 18 holes. The course we typically play at is like there's a lot of par 3, so it doesn't feel like a legit 18.
You're walking too, right?
Oh no, we had golf carts that had GPS in the left hand corner that would tell you how far you. Oh, Ace, it was
yeah. It's a lot,
man. I was on pace to break 100, and I would have felt really good about that. My first legit 18, I finished with 115. I was a little disappointed in that.
That's all right. Who cares?
But, man, my first 18, my driver was great that day too. No slicing. Like I had a great draw happening. Like it wasn't out of control. Wasn't hitting in the woods. Like I felt like I was a golfer, Ace. I had my ping hat on
just in time.
I feel good. And we played at a beautiful course about 10 minutes from my house. I've never been at in my life, and it's beautiful. It's called the Village. Next time you come down, if you ever come down east, we're gonna go play golf there.
The Village, okay. Oh, all right, Chris. We'll try to coordinate it.
No,
I do need it. God, it's crazy we haven't met. Not to like deviate. I
know. I thought about that when you were down here in Florida. I was like, it's wild that we've never met, and we've been doing this all 3 of us together for like what 4 years.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
I think we connected around that time.
I mean, because we've been doing the podcast for like almost like 7-8 years, something like that.
It doesn't even seem like it.
Has it been that long? Wow.
Yeah, man.
We're going like the NFL draft. Does this make us go down memory lane almost?
We started like right before, because we started right before COVID.
Okay, so
yep. I'm sorry, way before COVID. We started before
COVID. Yes,
way before COVID though.
Yes,
I was in a whole different relationship with somebody.
We were a guest on. I think we were a guest on Ace's show way back in
twice.
2019, 2018.
Well, 2020. So we started after you guys because we started in January of 2020, right before COVID.
I remember
Oddly enough.
going on Ace's
Ah.
podcast, and then we had that big discussion about joining. I was like, dude, I don't even know who these guys are. Like, are they about to just jump ship on us? Because like we were doing really well at that point, and I was like, I don't know who these guys are.
Yeah, but you know what? We clicked.
Yeah, honestly, it was great. I was actually super excited for it once we all started to like meet up and stuff.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
All 4 of us. I wish he could have been here, obviously, to see this through.
He's still here. He's still here.
Yeah, absolutely. Like there's still phrases I'm thinking of where I'm like, no, I'm not gonna say that. That's just weird. I can't just throw that into episodes with you guys just to make it.
Well, let's dive into our first topic that we want to talk about today is the NCAA, man. March Madness has been going on. It's been spectacular. Michigan got far, unfortunately lost. It was really exciting cheering on Colorado State just because you know, Dad, you guys live right next to it, 5 minutes away. You know, Noah went there and they were winning the game to move on. I think it was against Louisville. Was it
Maryland?
Maryland. Yes, Maryland.
Yep.
And dude, man, you hit the 3-pointer with 2 seconds left or whatever it was, man.
And then the travel around the world happened.
And man, it's so funny, like texting Noah who went to that school, and he's just like fired up, and like 1 second later, it's just like it's a whole different world. You're just crushed. Yeah. But it was fun rooting for them. I love seeing teams that, you know, enter March Madness and have these high hopes, and they get pretty far.
I think the bracket buster was Arkansas. I think they ruined everyone's bracket.
Yeah,
they went like freaking so far.
Yeah, but I think all 3 of us got the Gators going all the way, huh?
Well, there wasn't
Gators versus Houston. I picked it.
God, that's spot on. And I had Gators Tennessee.
Well, the Gators and Houston play. When do they play today?
Tonight.
Yep.
Tonight.
That's why. Yeah, that's why I wanted to do this. I was like, we should do it.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say either do it tonight or just wait until like Thursday or something of this week.
I'm looking at the bracket right now. I wish I could like share it with the screen. Gosh, dude, the Michigan choked so hard against Auburn, man. That would have been amazing to see Michigan play.
Game.
Like Michigan versus Michigan State would have been fun.
Well, and then didn't they play Michigan State right after that, Auburn?
Yeah, and beat them.
Yeah, I'm saying a Michigan versus Michigan State would have been awesome.
Yeah. Oh, that that would.
I tell you what though, that Auburn and Florida game, I talked about this at work today. The officiating was so horrible. It's almost like they wanted Auburn to win. I mean, some of the players for Florida were getting knocked to the ground. There was no calls. It was ridiculous. And then the Duke game, I turned that off. I thought Duke had it. 30 seconds left, up by 6. I thought it was over. Next thing I know, Noah's texting me on Sunday and saying, "Hey, Duke lost." I was like shocked. Couldn't believe it.
Oh, so this is the championship. Is Florida and Houston?
This is it.
Yeah, Ty. This is.
I picked Florida to win it all. I wish I had. I got a new phone, so all my stuff's off. You know, so I don't remember my login to go back in and see who I picked. They were playing.
What kind of phone?
I'm doing Ace. I had the iPhone 11, man. It's been a while since I had an upgrade. And I got the iPhone 16 for free. 16 Pro. Camera's amazing. I can actually see myself.
What? Really?
Yeah,
like
no,
clear?
I mean, it was so old, man. I mean, it's tough.
Cinematic
video is insane, man. I'm like nerdy with that stuff, so I love doing that stuff. But all right. Yes. So who we got winning this? We got Florida versus.
We all got Florida. But then
oh yeah, it's true.
Chris in the same bracket, like you said, you got Houston too. So he's set no matter what.
It's funny because Noah has that Colorado bracket where I think Ty's in it.
Yep.
And we're allowed 2 brackets. And I picked Florida versus Houston with Florida winning in the one, and I picked Florida versus Houston and Houston winning in the other one. Now I'm in first place already, so no matter what, I'm gonna win it.
Well, Noah was like top 1,000 in the world of the country for like the first like 3 sections of the bracket. Like he was like spot on for a while. When's the last time has someone ever got in the bracket 100%?
I don't think so.
No.
I mean, the probability of that happening is insane.
That's going to be as rare as the lottery. I would bet.
That psychic that was on, that psychic that came on CBS with Charles Barkley and them before the tournament started, he picked the Final Four to the T. And before the Elite 8, they announced the Final Four games that he picked, and he nailed it.
So I think guards that Clayton, and then Houston's got this guy Sharp. I think 21. Those dudes can make their own. They can make their own shots. If they're stopped, or if one team is trying to pressure more than the other to not like block them down, that's what's going to win them the game. Because both these guys can score. Like, and then
where's this game being played at?
Oh, is it San Antonio?
Really?
I don't even know.
So it might be Houston Edge. Like,
that's cool that Houston's in it and Florida. You know, that's a cool matchup. I like that matchup.
They just played because that's where the first game. That's where the other games were. So I'd imagine they'd stay there.
You remember when they played on the aircraft carrier?
How many years ago was that?
That was
like the preseason too.
That was sick.
Could you imagine that? The ship moving with the waves.
I would say they have to there has to be some stability in that when they're docked.
Hell no.
that
it still moves.
Moving. All right, so obviously we got the Gators winning this tonight. I'm feeling pretty good about the Gators winning this. That'd be cool for the state of Florida.
Well, yeah. Does your guts say Gators, or just because our brackets? Like, are you actually?
Yeah,
I think it was the first time since 2002 that all 4 number 1 seeds made it.
Wow, that's actually really cool.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Yeah.
For a lot of my buddies down here that are big Gator fans, like this is something big for them, you know, because obviously college football hasn't been the best for them in a while, for how big of a school it is. So I mean, this is their natty, you know, this is their Super Bowl. Like let's go get it. This is it. This is it. All right, we got the Gators winning this all. We got the Gators winning this all. Right.
Yep.
That's what we got. That's chomp. Yo,
real quick, we don't talk about hockey much, but congratulations to Ovechkin. I don't know if you guys saw it, but he passed the great one yesterday.
Yes, he did.
And it's funny, they both got to that same mark in the same amount of games, like 894 games or something like that.
But he had one more goal.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Hey, Florida Panthers back in the playoffs again.
There you go. There's our hockey segment.
Hey, playoffs are coming up. Playoffs are coming up, man.
Yeah, I think we're all our teams in. I think the Wild are just on the cusp. The
Avalanche aren't in.
Flyers are trash.
I only went to one game this year, man. I just didn't get down there this year.
Yeah,
I love going down there, man. I'll have to check out the playoff tickets because it's a blast. That stadium is beautiful. I say it every time I go there. You know, compared to walking around Philly,
it's gotta be nice walking out. I mean, it's warm here now, and like the playoffs are already. It's warm all year there. So you walk.
It's starting to get hot though. Like it's starting to get sticky hot.
Dude, the NCAA tournament was here, and we looked at tickets, but like. The market for secondhand tickets in the state of Colorado was ridiculous. It was like $700 for the games. I was like, we're not
wild,
going.
What? That's even like spring tickets, spring training tickets this year. Like I was going to go to the Yankees versus Houston. It was $60 for the outfield. I was like, bro, that's more expensive than a typical game.
Yeah, it's nuts.
All right. Speaking of baseball, man, we're finally back in the MLB opening week. I mean, we're a couple weeks in now at this point, and I love it, man. I'm fired up. The past like 2 years, like I've watched a little bit of baseball, but have just not been. And I always say this. I just feel like it's because I played it out so much in my life that I just needed a break from it. And like this year, going into the off season, all the way leading up to spring training and baseball, I've been fired. I've watched almost every single game through it all, and it's been like my ride back to Disney like 2 Sundays ago. The game just started, and I listened to it the whole way. And right when I got home, the game, man, it was perfect, man. It was perfect. Dad, let me look up his name real quick. Hold on. The Yankees got a new announcer, and I was listening to.
It's not Sterling.
Dave Sims.
He's from the Brewers.
No, he's from Seattle. The Seattle Mariners. Dude, I turn on the game. I turn on the game, and I'm listening to the audio, and you always have that girl that speaks.
Oh yeah.
And I hear. God, what did I just say? His name is David Sims. Yeah, David.
Yeah,
I hear the voice, and I'm like, how do I know that voice? And I remember it from like the very popular like Seattle Mariners, him calling the game where they hit the comeback to go to the playoffs. And I'm like, dude, this guy is an amazing replacement for the Yankees. Like he has an amazing voice, and I love it. I've been fired up, man. The Yankees look amazing. I mean, Aaron Judge could be your early MVP candidate right now.
Yeah, he's hot. He hit another home run today.
Before we get into opening week thoughts, whatever we want to talk about, immediate thoughts on torpedo bats, because I've had so many people ask me this question.
They're legal. That's
legal.
100%. 100%
legal.
But take out all of like the negative stuff that has been said about like what are your thoughts on it? Like obviously new looking bat hasn't been changed in 100 years, basically, like that. It's cool.
Very smart.
All they did was move the sweet spot down more. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's good, and everyone has access to it now.
Yep.
Just
Everyone has
the Yankees
access.
found it first.
Well, and like I heard people's takes saying, okay, let the pitchers use all different kind of substances. No, that's not how it works. It's not like they get something, now you have to do something better. Like,
Yeah, but you know what?
it's
I kind of disagree with that though, Ace, because you know what? They do
would-
favor the hitters. I mean, the hitters
yeah,
get batting gloves, they get
Yeah, we've
pine
talked about this.
tar, they get all those things that they utilize to help them out. But you don't see pitchers in cold days. Like the Twins are gonna have a home opener. It's gonna be cold. You know,
Yeah.
oh yeah. Oh, it was.
these
Yep.
pitchers should have some kind of tack. You know,
Well,
I mean,
what
it
okay.
snowed here in Colorado for opening day.
I think within reason, like
Yeah.
maybe spider tack or whatever the crap that they really wanted to ban, maybe not that, but there should be for sure certain stuff.
Something
Because
for
yeah,
grip.
especially yeah, grip. You don't the hitters even prefer it too. It's like we don't want a guy coming in that throwing 100. We
Yeah.
have no idea where it's going.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that sucks is MLB owns the rights to the baseball. They lowered the laces, and these pitchers have been saying,
Yeah.
we
Yep.
can't feel the ball, we can't grip the ball. And I know MLB wants the home runs. That's what TV wants. They want the
Yeah.
long ball. And
Yeah.
it's not fair. I mean, these pitchers need something.
Ty, compare the laces of a youth travel ball, like one of the baseballs you use compared to the MLB. The laces are so much thinner. He's 100%
Yeah.
right.
Oh,
And they
100%. I
purpose-
remember
yeah.
going to Iron Pigs
Yes.
tryout, and I always went just for fun, just as a kid to see what that would even look like. And they'd give you a ball, and I mean the laces were almost flush with the ball. And it was so weird because when you're
Yep.
growing up and you're in middle school and high school, you grew up with different. This is gonna sound weird, but different balls. Like it depending on what league, what league you're
Different
in.
balls in his hand.
Yeah,
Yeah, depending what
depending on what league you're in. Like there were some games I had such high laces that after a pitching, like I had a blister on my finger. And then there's some games that you had a pretty low lace ball. I always loved a ball with higher laces. Especially throwing a two-seamer. Like I felt like I just had more control of it. It felt better in my hand.
Well, what was it? 2 years ago, the MLB, they got caught because during the season, the MLB broke all the records for home runs. And then during the playoffs, they changed the ball and gave the advantage to the pitchers.
Yeah. I remember that.
I think that was the year the Rangers won. So
Yeah,
like 2 years ago or something.
Yeah. It snowed in the Detroit game today versus the Yankees, which just sucks not being the opening week, man. But opening week has been great, man. You've seen a lot of big hitters. You've seen a lot of big plays. It's been fun, man. New York opened up against who did we open up against? The Brewers. Nestor Cortez came back after getting released, and gosh, man, the Yankees just teed off on him. Played the Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks are a good matchup, tough team this year.
We blew a game there.
We blew a game. We could have won two. We took one. Beat 2-3 the Pirates.
They're going to be
with the Pirates.
Yeah. But I feel realistically looking at the Yankees, like I feel pretty good. I feel like the bullpen is hit or miss sometimes, but I feel like pitching's been good, especially some of the guys that you thought would struggle. I feel like have been holding their ground. Like I feel like Stroman has been holding his ground. Cody Bellinger has been felt. His impact has been felt. I like Goldschmidt at first. I like the way there's Jazz is playing in such a great role this year as the villain. And he brings so much swagger. Like the team's fun to watch, right? Like you look at the Mets who spent hundreds of millions of dollars on Soto, and there's so many Yankees fans are like, that's a lot of money. We might have missed out on something big. And then you see the players we got for that, like Max Fried, really good pitcher, two really good relievers and a closer. You got Cody Bellinger, you got Paul Goldschmidt, and I just feel like we're presenting a better product right now than they are with just one guy. Obviously, he's in there invested for the future, but I feel good about the Yankees.
If you look at the standings, though, I think the NL has the better teams right now. I think the Padres, the Dodgers, the Giants, they're all hot. You got the Phillies. I mean, and you get teams that the Dodgers obviously are going to be one of the best teams. I mean, they spent all that money, but if you look at the American League, you got teams in first place at 6-4. It's just like, wow.
God, look at the NL West, man. 8-1, 9-2, 8-2. Diamondbacks are 5-5. I mean, gosh.
Yeah, man. that division, you're lucky they don't have that old format where you're playing the division like 19 games or each team like 19, whatever the heck it is, because they just beat each other up. Now all of those teams could easily have 80 mid to 90 plus wins.
I mean, you look at the AL side. I mean, the best team is the Rangers at 8-2. Everybody else has four losses or more.
Yeah. I still think that the MLB needs to.
Oh my God, they do. That's bad.
I think MLB needs to figure something out. Like I just think about. I have friends that are fans of some of these teams that like already have 3 wins and 7 losses.
Let's go right now. Over under. How many more weeks until Ace checks out on the Twins? 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or 4 weeks?
I already was skeptical in this start. They had a power hitting right fielder.
Detroit 6-4
lead off. Like the Twins had a power hitting right fielder lead off for us to start the year, opening day, which is like cool and all. He's a good hitter, but he's not like your typical let's get on base leadoff hitter.
Is Buxton still there?
Yeah, he's still there. Correa.
Is he hurt?
Carlos Correa. No, they're so
not yet.
It's Wallner, Correa, and Buxton. 1, 2, 3.
Buxton and Trout. They have travel plans in May.
Yeah, that's a ticking time bomb too.
Hey, Mike Trout just opened up that brand new golf course, though, and it looks really nice.
What?
Yeah, look it up. He built his own golf course, and it is beautiful.
So that means he'll be in street clothes by the beginning of May.
Yeah.
He had Tiger Woods there helping him build it.
Yeah.
Ooh, he does got that money. I mean,
I believe MLB does need some kind of rule installed where these franchises that have been on the losing end for years and haven't been to playoffs, the fans deserve better. The stadium deserves better. The players, like there are like, think about like, I'll list you a couple teams, right? And the first one that comes to my mind are the Pirates, because I have a friend that's a Pirates fan, and I say to him all the time, like, your owner should have to spend X amount of money a year invested in team.
Agreed.
And I understand that this is a business and he owns that team and can do whatever he wants. At the end of the day, if he wants to make a lot of money off his team by doing absolutely nothing, I understand that, but the fans deserve better.
Let me ask you guys something.
The Reds, same division.
Without looking at the standings, who's the worst team in the National League right now?
National League?
Probably the Rockies. Or the Rockies or the Braves, I think, because the Braves were like 0-something.
I'm gonna go. Right. I was gonna go with the Rockies just because the Rockies had that crazy stat where their starting pitchers for the first 5 innings is the best pitching staff in the league, and then once the bullpen comes in, they're the worst team in the league.
The worst team in the National League is the Braves at 1-8. The Rockies are 2-7.
Well, how is that? How is that even a thing? Is Acuna back?
I don't know, but geez,
1-8.
Yeah, that is atrocious.
It's 2 weeks into the season and they're 6 games out already.
Let's do our way too early division predictions, and then we'll go into the draft. All right. AL, we'll start. Yeah, AL East. Already looking kind of tough. Boston's actually kind of surprised me with the wins that they've been doing already.
We got to look back because I feel like we picked. Didn't we pick before the season started? Maybe
I don't think we did that this year.
Not this year.
Okay.
Not this year. Man, this could be biased, but I'm going with the Yankees. I love what the Yankees have on the field. I think that they have the talent, if they clean up a little bit, to be one of the best teams in the league this year.
I'm going Baltimore. Even though they're in last place right now,
really?
I'm going Baltimore. The Yankees have a bad habit of guys getting. I mean, we have 11 guys hurt already. That's insane.
Yeah, losing Cole so early too.
That sucked.
I'm sticking with the Red Sox for no other reason. I think their offense will be able to put up runs. Couldn't really tell you honestly what pitchers they have, but they are going to have a good team.
I'm going to write these down, and then we're going to come back to them at the end of the year.
Good.
At the end of the
year. Ace, the Red Sox, Chris, Orioles. Ty, I like that you picked the Yankees. One of you guys had to.
One of us had to. AL Central is going to be an interesting one because I feel like the Cleveland Guardians always make a strong push at the end of the year. But I'm going to go on a little bit of an underdog this year because I like the young talent they have. I like Kansas City.
I can see that.
Oh, I do. You know what? Prove me wrong, Twins. I'm gonna go with the Guardians.
There it is. There it is.
I'm gonna go Tigers because didn't the Tigers make a late run last year and made the playoffs?
Yeah.
And they're 4-0 at home. They started out strong. I'm going Tigers.
They're carrying it in.
Tigers. I like these picks so far. Everyone's different so far. AL West. Listen, I don't care that Mike Trout is playing super well right now.
He'll be done.
History just it repeats itself, man.
closed.
And I wish street closed. I wish he would stay
Sorry,
healthy, man.
Trout.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's amazing. He's a Hall of Famer, 100% a Hall of Famer. Even though he accomplished no World Series, he's a Hall of Famer.
I don't know how you be a Hall of Famer when you don't even play a full season.
He's just the talent is insane. The All-Stars, everything that he's done. I mean, you got
it. Like
I like the Rangers, man. I am a big fan of the Rangers and what they're doing down there.
I'd rather put a steroid guy into the Hall of Fame than Trout.
That's tough. That's tough.
Which one?
Barry Bonds.
It's tough.
Yeah, I don't believe in. I mean, he easily would have surpassed his numbers even if he hadn't cheated. But wow, yeah, that's a great call. That's a great call.
Real quick before we get through this pick. If I was Pete Rose's family, I'd put a big fat middle finger up to the commissioner of baseball. Yep. Now they want to put Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame. Screw you. He should have been in there as a player, not as a coach. He should have been in there as a player a long time ago. I hate when they do that. They wait till these people die and then they want to put him in. MLB, that's a big fat middle finger to you right there.
Gosh, did Pete Rose die?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, bro, I missed that. I feel like we talked about that actually on the podcast.
Yeah. Now they want to put him in. I'd be like, screw you, take that and shove it up your big.
Yeah, I hate that, and that happens a lot.
Ty, I got
the Rangers.
I'm gonna take the Rangers too.
I like that.
I agree with you, Chris.
I'm gonna go Astros. Astros were under 500 last year, and they made a big push last year.
They lost a lot of guys.
I'm going Astros.
They stole them from the Twins yesterday. It was 9-7. They tied it up 7-9. They tied it up 9-9. 9th inning, and then scored 2 more to win it in the 10th.
The Rangers had the lead for a long time last year, and they lost it.
Yeah,
it's true.
I'm going Astros.
It's true. All right, moving on to the NL Central. Just kidding. NL East. You have the Phillies, Mets, Miami Marlins. Man, I'll be honest. I like what I'm seeing from the Phillies. The Phillies have been in the playoffs every year. There's usually a good battle towards the end, unless the Braves turn around and show me something else. I mean, 1-8 is a tough start. Start.
Yeah, that's tough.
I like the Phils here.
I'm going Phils too. That's their division. I hope the Mets sink though. I hope the Mets finish
they
last.
sink so bad.
Just because of Soto. I hope just because he said that they're going to be better than the Yankees. No.
Whatever. I would bet the Braves over still. I would still bet the Braves over, but I am picking the Phillies as well.
I love that.
This is one division I think we might all be on the same with the
we got this
NL West, but
right
we'll see.
All steroid players need to get MLB's hypocritical organization.
Woo! Shout out Juan.
Yep.
Thank you.
I agree 100%.
100%. A-Rod could even get in.
Remember a couple of years ago, Ty?
Remember that?
Remember a couple of years ago when Washington only had 19 wins and I picked them to win the World Series and they won it?
The year Bryce Harper left.
Yep. I said they had the best pitching rotation in baseball, and I said they're going to come back, they're going to go make the playoffs, and they're going to win the World Series, and they did.
NL Central, I already know my team. It's not even because, big part of it is because they're already leading the division. I like what the Cubs got. I like it. I like what I'm seeing. Kyle Tucker was a big move this offseason. I like Dansby Swanson still out there at shortstop. They got some big hitters. I don't think the Brewers have it. I think the Brewers are their biggest competition in that division, but I like the Cubs.
I'm going Brewers.
Cardinals are the old team in that division.
Brewers have a lot of starting pitchers that are hurt. I'm going Brewers. They'll get healthy.
Yeah. And honestly, I was just thinking, should I dare pick the Pirates or the Reds? But they don't have the depth.
I would love to see the Pirates go to the playoffs. That stadium is beautiful.
They need Skeens. Like, think about it. Skeens is going to want so much freaking money on the open market once he becomes
hot take
available.
Skeens is traded within the next year to 2 years
to the Yankees.
Yes, because he wants to play in the postseason.
They trade
all great
everybody.
pitchers do. Yes,
the Pirates are literally the talent developer for the MLB.
The Pirates won't finish last this year. They won't finish the worst team in baseball. To say that,
correct. Yeah. I agree with that, but I'm taking the Cubs too, Ty. I like that. I think again, offense is going to win in that division. Yeah, offense should win in that division.
Tough pick here, NL West, man. I did not expect the Giants to be 8-1.
Oh wow, yeah. Padres.
I'm going with the Dodgers because I just feel like you have invested too much not to win your division. I mean, their payroll is insane.
Bonkers.
Yeah. I'm going Padres. There you go, Rudy. I'm going Padres. 7-0 at home, 1-2 on the road. They fixed that road win deficit. I think the Padres will be there.
Bro, when Who the heck's that pitcher, Dad, that you want? He's pitching in Mexico right now.
Oh, Bauer.
Sorry, yeah,
I
Bauer.
want him too. Trevor Bauer.
He's back in Japan again.
When he would play
Yeah.
versus the Padres, like when the Padres started to get good and the Dodgers and Padres would play, dude, those were amazing matchups. Just like 3 years ago, I love the Padres and Dodgers matchups. Those are amazing. All right, Ace, who you got?
Someone should pick him up.
I want to say the Giants, Ty, but we're right on it again. Dodgers.
I like that.
Ty and I are pretty much spot on.
I like that, man. Way too early. Predictions. Don't quote us, but if you want to bet and you win a lot of money, come share it with us. Come share it with us.
World Series?
It's tough, man. It's too much for me. It's too much for my brain, honestly.
Yeah. Tonight, that's too much. Too much.
We
got NFL talk.
We got NFL. We got the draft coming up. You know, we have a lot of teams meeting with private meetings. You know, a lot of rumors going on. You know, this is the time of the year where everyone that can type on a keyboard is typing an article about how this person's going to trade up in the draft. This person's dropping in the stock, like ups and downs. This guy's going to sneak into the first round, and I love it. I'm all for it. I just love it. Jackson Dart might be a first round, might be a top 10, might be a second round. No one knows. We just know he's in there. Now, all of a sudden, Jalen Milroe is slowly creeping up into the first round again. He's going to be a 10 in the draft. This is going to be an interesting draft because I was always told this is going to be a terrible QB draft class. And now, you know, right before the draft, this is where everyone starts talking. Kellen Moore and the Saints have met with almost like every quarterback, and now we're having private dinners with a couple of them. And I didn't think Kellen Moore would even draft a QB in this draft, and it's looking like he might. Between Jackson Dart, Quentin Ewers, and the possibility of Shedeur Sanders dropping, it's wild.
Huh.
But
Shedeur Sanders is probably going to the Jets.
Ty, I wonder if Kellen Moore. So, like, my thought is because the Vikings don't have a ton of draft picks. I think they have a second round. They don't even have a first rounder, I believe. So I wonder if Kellen Moore is thinking in his head, hey, we got, or even Mickey, the freaking genius GM, just like Howie Roseman, they're thinking there's a lot of teams that don't have a lot of picks here. Let's see if we can strike.
Yeah. I think Ross Jackson, who is on this podcast, he just created a new podcast with 2 other Saints insiders and Lance Moore. And man, they were talking really well today. Cause this is the best thing I heard, right? Mickey Loomis, like at some point, like Lance was talking about, like when Drew Brees retired, at some point you have to draft a quarterback. Like it's been Band-Aid after Band-Aid after Band-Aid. And I'm still for Spencer Rattler. That's just my personal opinion. I think you can either hit gold or you get a top 5 draft pick in an amazing QB draft next year. But I don't believe Arch Manning is going to come out. I think he's going to stay another year is what the inside news is, that his uncles and his dad wanted to stay at least 3 years. But
they also said they don't want him taking no money either. And he's taking no money. Everything changes.
But at some point, the Saints have to draft a quarterback. And my thing is there's 1 or 2 quarterbacks I would draft at 9, and I wouldn't draft anyone else, right? There's a lot of needs on this team. My personal opinion, I think Shedeur Sanders, I know he gets a lot of hate. I think he's one of the most accurate passers in this draft with a terrible O-line that he had 3 seconds to pass.
With no pressure on him.
Nope. I mean, go look at his stats while he's being blitzed. He's one of the most accurate quarterbacks in this draft, and you can look it up. That's not my opinion. I know you don't like him.
Can't stand him.
But if I have the number 9 pick, Shedeur Sanders fallen, I think is the only quarterback I take. I'm a fan of trading back in and getting Jackson Dart. There's just a lot of holes on this team. So, I mean, I don't mind that first round draft pick being a Mason Graham if he falls. I don't mind it being Tyler Warren, who is an outstanding tight end and would give you a vertical threat immediately in this game. You know, there's a lot of players that are going to fall in this draft that are going to be first round talent. There's just a lot of talent.
I honestly just feel bad for Spencer Rattler because they're going to probably start Carr again this year. Rattler had no receivers to throw to. Everybody was hurt, you know, and they expected him to come in and be a miracle worker.
And he played well. You
got to give him a chance to play with the starters.
And like he didn't win a game. That's fair, right? You could say Spencer Rattler didn't win a game, but if you look at who he had on talent, and that could be an excuse. He played fine. Sure, he didn't finish the games like he could have in the first half, but I just think no matter how much I like Spencer Rattler, Kellen Moore didn't draft him at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And Kellen Moore has already spoken about it. He likes Spencer Rattler, and he's excited to see what his second year looks like. So maybe they don't even take a quarterback. Maybe they do.
Be another Trey Lance, unfortunately. They're going to screw this kid over.
I think realistically, I think the Saints either trade back in for Jackson Dart or they take Quentin Ewers in the second or third round because they have had multiple meetings with Quentin Ewers. That's kind of what I'm hearing. Or Shador falls and Kellen takes him. Like that's like the three realistic options. I don't think that they're going to take Jackson at 9 unless Kellen Moore is absolutely like, this is the quarterback that I want. I don't think he takes him at 9.
Most mock drafts have you guys taking an offensive tackle at the first pick.
Which I have heard no inside sources talking about us taking an offensive tackle, which I wouldn't mind. I'm always a fan of taking an offensive lineman, but I just think there's too much talent in that first round to take an offense. Unless Campbell falls from LSU.
I just think that's stupid to go 2 years in a row and draft a quarterback.
Well, we drafted Spencer in the 5th round, though.
I know. Still, yeah. I mean, we got Dak in the 6th round. We'll trade you, Dak, for Spencer. There you go. Great deal.
Get Milton.
You got to give these kids at least 3 years. That's usually the window, 3 years. But
I agree.
You can't judge him off of what he did last year. No. Unfortunately, the Saints had a shitty team after they beat the Cowboys.
I think the organization knows that they can compete in this division and they want to compete. I think that's why they brought Carr back. 'Cause that's such a weird thing. Honestly, the more the news comes out is how he wanted out. I mean, he wanted to go explore the trade market. He was willing to go. And the Saints brought him back. I mean, he clearly isn't fully happy to be in New Orleans.
Let me ask you something. Shador's there at number 9 and Janty's there at number 9. Who are you taking?
I'm taking Shador.
You're taking Shador over the best running back ever?
Yes, because there's about 10 running backs that could be a first-round draft talent. I like Genty. I 100% like Genty. And you know me.
Overall grade's 92. That's like
I think quarterback's a bigger need than running back right now. I do think the Saints need to draft a running back in this draft class because Alvin's getting older, and our only other running back is Kendra Miller, who can't stay healthy.
Look, I watched a lot of Shador's games. He makes bad decisions. He likes to scramble around and make plays out of nothing, and then he ends up getting sacked. He was probably one of the most sacked quarterbacks in college football last year.
Yes, and you can blame that on him, but also he has an average about 2 seconds to throw the ball.
Yeah, well, welcome to the big leagues. He's going to be in the NFL. He's going to have less than that.
Juan Morgan said Sanders too. You just need to get off the Sanders hate, man. I understand you're not a big fan of the swagger that these guys do.
This is why you guys root for a bad team. You make bad picks.
Well, realistically, our franchise doesn't have a franchise quarterback at the moment, and so let me ask you this: do you go into an offseason with Derek Carr and Spencer Rattler, and you have a quarterback that's out? He's out next year. And so you have one quarterback who's competing behind him. Why would you not bring someone else in, though, even though I'm a big Spencer Rattler fan, to compete with him? So you're like, I have these 2 young guys that I can then go ahead and pick one of them for my franchise.
Rather bring like a Minshew in, someone that's cheap to be behind him.
Get out of me.
No, seriously. Why would you want to bring in another quarterback? You're going to have to get rid of one of them.
Well, you're going to need a backup.
Ooh.
When Derek leaves, you're going to need a QB room. And the Saints have a bad QB room right now.
You know how I am. Every 5 years, I want a new quarterback. I don't want these quarterbacks getting to their second contract and paying them $60 million.
Yeah,
it depends what it depends what player, even if it's a second, third year, fourth year guy that Kellen Moore thinks can fit that offense too.
Yeah. That's at the end of the day, no matter what we think, Kellen Moore is going to do what he wants because they're giving him a lot of control. I'm a big Spencer Rattler fan, but I do think I don't mind bringing a Quentin Ewers in, allowing him and Rattler to compete for a backup role, having 2 good young guys competing.
But Ewers won't fit into his scheme. He needs like a mobile quarterback. Ewers is a pocket quarterback.
Maybe Kellen likes it though. I mean, Dak had to become a pocket quarterback after his injury.
Yeah, 7 injuries.
And outside of Cam Ward, everything is that none of the other quarterbacks would be first-round picks.
Yeah. The inside news is that the Saints are very high on Cam Ward, but I don't think they don't have enough draft capital to get up to the first. And honestly, I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to trade away my second and third and fourth round pick just to get one guy, and then you have to build the next draft around.
Would you do that for the Browns at number 2? Let's say the Titans somehow miraculously take Carter.
Let me pull.
Because the Titans are already taking Ward.
So listen, as a New Orleans Saints fan, right? If the Patriots are like, if the Giants pass on Shador, and the New England,
where's the Jets draft? He's going to the Jets.
If the Giants pass on Shador, because many people are saying they might take Carter, the defenseman Penn State. and the Patriots are like, hey, we're not taking a quarterback, and the Saints are like, we'll swap first round picks and give you next year's second and this year's third. I'm all in. Go get him. Go get him.
Then that's your starter. Then that's your starter
we
right
still
there.
get our second round pick where we can draft
That
a
is
running
your
back, an
starter.
offensive line, a defense, whatever you want to do.
That's your starter, and then Derek Carr is going to be a June 1st cut, so you're going to have more dead cap money because you're not going to keep 2 or 3 quarterbacks on your roster.
There's nothing wrong though with him learning behind Derek for a year, just like a Jordan Love did, just like some of these guys have. But also, listen, a lot of people say it's not going to happen, but I still could see the Saints trading Carr, right? They created all this cap and haven't touched. They created all this.
Nobody wants him.
His salary you'd be paying like a $1 million salary.
Yeah, but nobody wants him.
I think it might be. Yeah, it could be something like Wilson. Maybe no, but was Wilson traded?
Because my thing is like the Saints created all of this cap. We have 30 million cap, and they're not touching it. So I'm like, what are you using that for? Are you using it to go into next year?
I would rather have Joe Flacco or Ryan Tannehill than Derek Carr. I told you Derek Carr's horrible. He had 1 winning season. I don't want him.
Listen,
you could pay me to take him, and I won't take him.
I think a lot of Saints fans
obviously
will disagree with me, but I didn't mind Carr. I thought he was a good Band-Aid. I think he had a lot of hate coming into New Orleans because, I mean, you're filling tremendous big shoes to a guy that was the heart of the city. I think his attitude at times is the real thing. Like, he kind of gives off an attitude like it's not really my fault. Like, this team just doesn't have anything around me. Like, I feel like he doesn't really take a leadership role. I didn't mind Carr, honestly. But the more he starts,
the Saints should take the best receiver available, or take the best offensive tackle available. You have some good receivers coming back. I mean, you had a lot of injuries. Yeah, but that's all the Cowboys do. That's all the NFL does anymore is 1 year deals.
Like Chris Olave, Rashid Shee, man, they're entering their last year. So
get a D tackle too. Get an offensive lineman or a D. Dude, honestly, nothing bad with getting Mason Graham there.
That's the worst division in football, man. That's your division for the taking.
Yep.
That's why not go get a Shador? But see, what you just said though is why I think Kellen Moore and Mickey brought back Carr for a year, because they're like, realistically, look at that 9-8 season before and the 2-0 last year. Like, we could win this division with 9 wins.
You can.
I don't know if I
division with 8 wins.
Yeah, like I don't know if I want that, but I think that's where they're thinking. I don't think Kellen Moore wants to go into a solid rebuild immediately. I think he wants to slowly let guys out and slowly build on top of that.
So I also look at these teams that are winning right now have big running backs, and they have guys they have teams that want to run the ball first.
Yeah.
So if you can get the best defensive lineman or the best offensive lineman, I don't think especially this year where quarterbacks maybe, and you don't need a weapon. You do not need a weapon. Same with the Vikings. Like the Vikings, in my case, I would rather they try to trade to get a lower or a higher first round pick with their second. Or just freaking trade back and get a couple of 3s and a 4, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, realistically,
I would trade Alvin Kamara. I would draft Genty and trade Alvin Kamara.
No, you don't trade Kamara. He just signed a 2-year deal to retire a Saint. I want the kid. I want the kid from Ohio State. Honestly.
Henderson.
No, the other. There's 2 of them. There's 2 of them. And
Judkins.
That's the one I want. That's the one I want.
I'll take Henderson. I'll take Omar.
That is why I told you I would pass on Genty, because Genty, I like Genty. But also I like the fact that those guys play in the Big Ten.
It's funny, as we're talking, they have highlights of Shador on my TV screen. I just can't stand it. I look, honestly, I got to see firsthand how he is here. I don't like him. I don't like his attitude. I'd rather draft his brother.
I realistically would love Mason Graham falling down to 9 and taking Mason Graham, but I also like Tyler Warren out of Penn State. I mean, that guy is a tight end that brings a presence to your team. All right, we are running way over.
Yeah, we are a little.
So let's just realistically predict our top 3, right? Like Tennessee Titans, Cleveland Browns,
Cam Ward,
the Giants. I think that the Titans are absolutely dumb if they trade this pick away, if they do not take Cam Ward. Cam Ward's obviously the best quarterback in the draft.
Can I give you my 3 real quick, and then you guys can do your 3?
Yeah.
I'm going Cam Ward first. I'm going Travis Hunter to Cleveland, and I'm going Shador Sanders to the Giants.
Ooh, interesting. Here's my 3. Okay, I'm gonna do your top 2, right? I have Tennessee Titans taking Cam Ward. I have the Browns skipping out on Carter, and they're going to take Travis Hunter. I have the Giants being dumb. I think they're going to wait one more year because they have Jameis Winston and Russell Wilson. I think they're going to take the best available talent. And so I think they're going to take Carter, the defense end from Penn State. But I think that flips, right? I think if the Browns take Carter, I think the Giants take Travis Hunter. I do not think the Giants are taking their QB in this draft. I think they're going to take the best talent and try and hope that they make it to the next season.
If the Giants take Shador, Russell Wilson's not in football. He's a June 1st cut. He won't be in football this year.
And that's what I'm saying. Though, like, why do you sign Jameis Winston and Russell Wilson, and then you're going to draft a quarterback in the top 5? That does not make sense. In my opinion.
The Giants haven't made sense in like 15 years.
I think this manager, the GM, the GM's getting a lot of backlash, and I think that he's trying to do some. I think they take Travis Hunter or Carter. I think whatever the Browns do, they're taking the next one. And then that's where I think trades start happening. I think the Patriots trade back. The Patriots don't need a quarterback.
No. I really, if it wasn't a sure thing that Cam Ward was going number 1, the Browns have that best pick to be able to trade back for something. But so Cam Ward number 1. I think the Browns take Carter, and I think I was reading what you were saying, Ty. Giants take Travis Hunter.
Yeah, I do. I think they're going to be dumb and they're going to skip out on a QB.
Yep.
I mean, it doesn't make sense, right? Like, I don't think. I think
that's good for me because that makes the Cowboys 3rd place. I said the Giants are a quarterback away from putting Dallas in last.
Yeah. Hey, before we end this podcast, that is our 3 picks, and we'll continue to talk about that as the draft gets closer. But Dad, before we get off, Joe Milton traded to Dallas Cowboys. How do you like that?
I love it. That's a great pick. Get rid of Dak right now. Get rid of Dak.
I would have loved.
Wow.
I was actually, I was a little jealous, man. I would have loved for him to come to.
I love it. The Eagles wanted him. A lot of teams wanted him. I'm so glad we got him. He's a great quarterback, better than Shador, and the guy can throw the ball 90 yards in the air.
Yeah,
he can throw an orange 100 yards. That lock him in.
Incredible.
Lock him in.
Yeah, man. What when those rumors were coming around, like, what if they trade Dak? Like,
no, Dak knows he's done. I mean, he's probably in the next 2 years, not this year, but next year he's done. He had 7 serious injuries now in football. He's time for him to go.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's not a good track record.
No,
I love it.
But Milton, is he going to be? Sorry, not to die. Is he going to be accurate enough to?
I mean, we'll see this preseason.
He was great at Tennessee.
And he was great when he came in for the Patriots. I mean, he looked really good, man. He looks like he can hit a ceiling.
When he's freaking big and fast, he'll be.
He looks like he honestly looks like the young Cam Newton. And I'll be honest, he does. He can run and he can throw the ball.
Yo, real quick, Ace. Who do you want? Who do you want your team to take in a draft? What position?
I mean, it's not sexy, but D tackle or there's an LSU, I think, safety that I'd like to see them get. I think he's safety.
I like that.
Cowboys have to go receiver 1st round. We need a receiver.
Yep. I would like the Saints to either take Mason Graham or Tyler Warren.
I like those.
Or if Shador drops, I'll take Shador.
I hope you guys do.
I hope we do, man.
And he can walk around showing his wristwatch to everybody.
Come on, man. It's just like when Zeke did this. Old. Everyone has an emotion. Oh, by the way, how about the NFL making it a flag now? You know, like there were some guys, they did a first down. They did the whole.
Yeah.
Like, what is this league, man?
It's the NFL, no fun league.
Gosh. Well, guys, that is the Everything Goes podcast. And man, we love you guys. And we have a lot to talk about. And we got another episode next week. So we hope you guys tune in on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube.
Juan, you can stay in touch with Tyler when your season's over after week 2.
Hey, come on, man. My son is gonna see his first NFL season this year, and it's gonna be amazing.
Hell yeah.
Cowboys fan.
I would cry if he calls me one day and says, "Hey man, Pop and Uncle No, like I think they got me in." I'll be like, "Hey, you can go live with them."
That's all right. We'll make room.
Well, we'll see you guys next time on the Everything Goes podcast.